Hello everyone, I am Sachin and in this video I will talk about Guardium data protection and how does it work. Please take a moment to go through this disclaimer and if need be, please pause the video. In this part 1 video, I will be talking about IBM Guardium data protection, a powerful solution designed to secure sensitive data across diverse environments. In today's digital world, data is one of the most valuable assets. But with increasing cyber threats and strict regulations, protecting that data has become more challenging than ever. That's where IBM Guardium comes in. We will begin with a quick overview of what IBM Guardium is and why it's become essential in today's data-driven landscape. Then we will explore the key benefits that make Guardium a preferred choice for organizations worldwide. This part 1 ends with a little demonstration for STAP, inspection engine, and policy, the backbone for traffic collection, and on this basis, the part 2 has a demonstration for life cycle of a packet. So, let's begin. Guardium is essentially your data guardian, protecting critical information wherever it resides, whether on-premise or in the cloud. It continuously monitors data activity and enforces policies to prevent unauthorized access or leaks, helping your organization stay secure and compliant. Why choose Guardium? IBM Guardium stands out because it delivers end-to-end data security, not just for databases, but also for files, big data platforms, and cloud native services. It leverages intelligent threat detection using machine learning and user behavior analytics to identify unusual access patterns or potential insider threats. One of its strongest value propositions is automated compliance. With built-in templates for major regulations, Guardium helps reduce the time and cost for audits. The platform also provides centralized visibility, giving security teams a unified view of data activity, policy violations, and risk indicators. It's designed for flexibility, whether you are running workloads on-premise, in the cloud, or in the containers. Guardium adapts to your architecture. And finally, it integrates seamlessly with SIEM and IAM tools, making it a powerful component of your broader security ecosystem. Now let's take a closer look at the features that make IBM Guardium such a powerful data protection platform. First, we have the sensitive data discovery. Guardium can scan across structured and unstructured data sources to locate sensitive information, whether it's in a database, a file system, or even in the cloud. This is foundational for any data security strategy because you can't protect what you don't know you have. Next is real-time monitoring. Guardium continuously monitors data activity to detect unauthorized access or unusual behavior. This isn't just about logging events, it's about proactive detection. For example, if a user suddenly accesses a large volume of sensitive records at an unusual time, Guardium can flag it immediately. Then we have policy enforcement. Guardium allows organizations to define and enforce data access policies across enterprise, whether it's blocking access to certain datasets or alerting on policy violations. This feature ensures that data usage aligns with internal and regulatory requirements. Compliance automation is another key strength. Guardium comes with a pre-built templates and automated workflows for regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, PCI DSS. This dramatically reduces the time and effort needed for audits and helps ensure continuous compliance. The reporting and dashboards feature provides a centralized view of your data security posture. You can generate detailed reports, visualize trends, and track policy violations, all from a single interface. This is especially useful for CISOs and compliance officers who need to communicate risk clearly and quickly. VA Guardium Vulnerability Assessment enables you to identify and correct security vulnerabilities in your database infrastructure. Database vulnerability assessment is used to scan the database infrastructure for vulnerabilities and provide evaluation of database and data security health with real-time and historical measurements. VA includes hundreds of vulnerability scans that are pre-configured to address industry standards such as Center for Internet Security (CIS), Security Technical Implementation Guide (STIG). Finally, multi-platform support ensures that Guardium can protect data wherever it resides, whether in the traditional databases, big data platforms, cloud services, or file systems. This makes it a future-proof solution that grows with your infrastructure. Together, these features form a comprehensive, intelligent, and scalable approach to data protection, one that not only secures your data but also supports your business goals. Let's go over some frequently used terms in this session. DB client. A database client is a software application tool or library that enables users or applications to connect to a database server, send queries or commands, and retrieve or manipulate data stored in the database. It acts as the interface between the user, application, and the database system. Popular examples. Common tools among several others include dbeaver, pgadmin, SQL Developer, Toad, MySQL Workbench, each tailored for different database systems like PostgreSQL, Oracle, MySQL, etc. DB server. Database server is a powerful computer system that hosts a database. The DBMS manages databases, allowing multiple users or applications to access and manipulate data securely and efficiently. Examples of database servers: IBM Informix, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and IBM DB2. STAP. The Guardium STAP or software tap is a lightweight software agent installed on database server and file server. The STAP generally accounts for less than 5% of CPU usage. On any database server with no resource constraints, the STAP's overhead should be negligible to none. STAP has a very small DB server footprint. The information collected by the STAP is the basis of all Guardium traffic report, alert, and visualizations. For data activity monitoring, the STAP monitors activity between the client and the database and forwards that information to the Guardium collector. Guardium Collector is a hardened Red Hat Linux appliance that has internal MySQL database server for storing data sent by STAP. The database traffic is logged into the collector based on criteria specified in the security policy. You can access any Guardium appliance's graphical user interface on web browser and command line interface on SSH. Database activity data is parsed and evaluated on the collector. Inspection engine applies action based on the installed security policy. Logging is stored in the normalized relational database. Alerts are sent based on the notification configuration, and control signal sent to the STAP for filtering control and termination actions from the collector. Sniffer. The inspection core, often referred to as sniffer, is a critical process of the Guardium collector responsible for real-time network traffic capture and analysis. It inspects database traffic to detect and log SQL activity for security and compliance monitoring. Analyzing the incoming traffic, parsing it and logging the traffic into the collector's internal MySQL DB for reporting is the primary job of sniffer. Based on policy rules, does the real-time alerting too. Basically, the policy enforcement task is carried by the sniffer. Central Manager Aggregator, we call it as CMAG. Let's start with aggregator appliance. because it's important to remember that when an appliance is deployed, it can either be a collector or an aggregator. Only an aggregator appliance can be promoted to a central manager. An aggregator in IBM Guardium is designed to collect and merge data from multiple collector appliances. It provides a centralized enterprise-wide view of database activity across various business units or geographical locations. Aggregators are ideal for consolidated reporting, enterprise level audits, cross location data analysis, and they offload reporting and analysis tasks from individual collectors and hence improving the performance and scalability. In an enterprise managed environment, it can be two single purpose appliances, that is, one CM and one ag unit, or it can be a dual purpose, one central manager aggregator appliance unit. The central manager is a unit type that can be promoted from an aggregator. It acts as the command center for the entire Guardium deployment. From a single console, it allows you to monitor and control all the managed units, that is collectors and aggregators, and distribute policies, patches, and configurations. It also helps to synchronize user accounts and settings. So, life cycle of a packet. Before we jump into some action, let me show you this diagrammatic representation of life of a packet. A traffic packet contains the connection profile from DB client to DB server. A client sends request to the database server. The server processes and responds with the requested data. STAP is a lightweight agent installed on the operating system where the database is installed. It copies the traffic between the client and the server, sends this copied data to the Guardium appliance for further analysis. Sniffer on the Guardium collector receives the copied data from the STAP. It analyzes, parses, and logs relevant information into the Guardium's internal database. Let's look at the demonstration for the prerequisites for the life cycle of a packet. Here we have a Guardium version 12.1 collector. Here is the version display. Either from the user interface search or from the activity monitoring tab, you can open STAP control. The STAPs reporting to this collector are displayed. And these are the inspection engine. Without inspection engine, there won't be any traffic collection. Let's look at policy builder now. Once you edit this installed policy here by the pencil button, the rule definition, rule criteria, and the rule action is displayed. In here, there is basically no rule criteria, which means capture everything. And the rule action is log full details. So log all the SQL statements. The view logs and violations helps you to find out which rule was triggered and whether SQLs or violations were executed. So this was all I wanted to cover in the part 1. Please look out for the part 2